Hey y'all, we're going to discuss a couple ways that we can prioritize ourselves. Everybody's worried about dating and getting married and if and when they should have kids and is this guy the one and what does this text mean that he sent me, that a lot of us don't even take the time to invest in and focus on and get our lives together and prioritize ourselves. We're all thinking about how to prioritize a man and how to get our relationships in order, that we don't prioritize and focus on ourselves. And a lot of you guys will probably tune out of this video at this point because all you want is advice on relationships. But for everybody else, we're going to talk about ourselves, which is something that a lot of us as women do not do. So let's dive in. This first tip is the most obvious one, and it's going to be to get your life in order as much as possible. Now, for everyone, that's going to be something different. Growing up, there was a poster in most of my classes that I went to, and it said, "We're not perfect, but let's try." And it kind of listed a couple golden rules on how to be a good person. So we're not perfect, right? And we're never going to meet perfection. But there are a couple ways that we can look at our lives, look at the different areas of our lives, and see how we can improve those things. We all like to think that we're perfect and we don't need to fix anything. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We all have areas of our lives and things that we can do better, even if at the very least being better to other people in our lives. Look at your finances. Do you need to get those in order? Do you need to work a couple more hours? You might need to get a second job. Do you need to start a savings account? Do you need to cut back on spending? Look at your health. How are you eating? Are you active in any way? Doesn't mean running marathons or lifting weights. Are you doing anything for your mobility, your flexibility, your heart rate? Look at your appearance. Not saying you got to look like a model, okay? I'm not advertising any particular way to look, but are you cool with that? Is there anything that you personally feel like you want to improve? Look at your goals. Are you going at them the way you should? Most of y'all are going to lie and say that you are, but are you going after your goals? Are you actively, not just talking about them and writing them down and watching videos about how to do them and asking people for tips and tricks, but are you actively going after your goals? So that would be the most important step one. Instead of worrying about dating apps and subscribing to dating apps and tips and tricks on how to get a man and how to keep one, are you getting and keeping yourself? That's the most important question. The second one is take your mental and emotional health seriously. Every time I bring this up, somebody will comment and tell me, as if I don't already know, how expensive it is to get mental health care and to get a therapist. And let me just tell you this. Number one, as I stated, I know these things, okay? I wasn't born yesterday. But we will spend so much time researching, like I said, dating apps, and we will invest hours and hours on swiping on those and Googling, what does it mean when he says this? What does it mean when he says that? Tips and tricks on how to attract the right guy, how to be the type of woman he goes after. But you won't do a quick Google search on affordable therapy options, because there are some places, if you're willing to simply look, that will offer options based on your income or free options. You haven't even looked to see the options that are in your price range to start with. You'll look up how to make a relationship work, but you won't look up how to make you work mentally and emotionally. And I find that quite interesting. We will figure out strategies on how to cook the best meal, how to attract the guy, how to make him happy. We'll figure out how to look up all that. We'll invest time on how to look all that stuff up, his favorite things. But you won't take a couple minutes to Google affordable therapy options in wherever you live, in your county. Free therapy options available to me. At the very least, a self-help book. My goodness. Look up top 10 self-help books for women. Self-help books for dealing with fill in the blank, whatever specific trauma. Books on how to figure out, how to figure out what you need to work on. A journal, at the very least, at the barest of minimums, y'all. A journal is $1.25 at the dollar store. You can go to Walmart and get a notebook for 97 cents. They're on sale right now for back to school. And write out your frustrations of the day. There are options for you out there if you are willing to find them. But if you want to keep saying, I can't, and here's why, you're right. You can't. And how unfortunate. The next one is surrounding yourself with people who love and care about you. And before I even get into this section, I'm going to warn you now, I block people without hesitation. This section of the video is not where you tell me how you don't trust women and how somebody in college stole your boyfriend one time and you had a female boss who got you fired once and you just don't trust these women and women just can't be trusted, but yet you roll up your sleeves and you continuously go back out into the dating scene. Or maybe you've become a hermit and I just don't like people because people suck. Well, honey, you're people too, so you must suck as well. Newsflash. I'm going to say this nicely because I get accused of being mean all the time. Just like it takes work to go through the dating process and to vet men and to get to know them, and you got to build trust and communication. I know nobody has told a lot of you guys this, but it also takes work to build friendships. It takes a certain level of awkwardness and confidence to randomly introduce yourself to someone that you might find potentially interesting to be a friend. It takes time to get to know someone and to reach out to them and say, hey, let's go out for coffee and get to know each other. It takes work to actively remember, you know what, I haven't talked to so-and-so in a while. You know what, let me reach out to set up a time for us to get lunch. Let me actively make time on my schedule, a couple of hours to go get donuts with this person. We've only been told as women that we need to put in the work to find a man. But nobody has told us that we also should put in the work to find good friends. And I can't trust these females. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. There's going to be good and bad people everywhere. Male, female, non-binary. That is why it's going to take a little work and effort to find them. Well, I don't want to put in the work to find a man or a woman. You're not fucking funny, okay? Like I was saying, there is nothing like the reward of having built and cultivated a great community of people around you. And it might be funny and it might be easy now for you to just say, I'm not going to get any friends. But there will come a time in your life when you wish you would have taken the time to do that. And it might not be now. You're all big, bad, and tough now, ready to argue in my comment sections. I probably blocked you already. But there will come a time when you will regret not having built a community of people. When my late grandma Ethel passed away, her funeral, I was told at the time I wasn't able to attend. That's fine with me. I don't need encouragement or coaching or anything, or for you to tell me what you would have done. I wasn't able to attend at the time. I'm fine with that because I just want to remember her as she was. So I'm good. But I was told from family members who attended that her funeral looked like a sold-out concert. And I can honestly tell you, growing up, that she took the time to cultivate those relationships. When she went to the store, she was calling her neighbors, hey, you need anything? When people were sick, she was going to visit them. And vice versa, same with other people with her. But it took time and effort and action. But some of us have only been told that that time, effort, and action is only worth it if it's for a man. And most of these men will leave you if you are ever sick or if something ever happens. But your community will be there for you if you actually took the time. And again, don't tell me a story about, oh, I was friends with so-and-so and I helped them move and they didn't do nothing for me. Well, sweetheart, again, there are good and bad people everywhere. And once people show you who they are, then it's up to you to release them from your life and to keep it trucking and hopefully continue to do the work of finding some good people. Because have I been betrayed by women? I sure have. I got stories. However, I know the importance of having people in your life who will be there for you during hard times. And it's worth all the work. And I hope that some of you mature to realize that. This leads me to my next point. You don't waste your time on people. You trust your intuition. If y'all didn't click, oh well, that's life. You're not going to click with everybody. Everybody's not going to like you. You're not going to like everybody. You don't go back and try to rehash things and maybe I just missed it. No. I have learned the hard way more times than not to just listen to myself. If something's not right, if something's off, and it might not be that they're a shysty, sneaky person, we just don't click. We are not for each other. And that is okay. This goes for romantic relationships. This goes for friendships. This goes for jobs. This goes for, so many areas, family relationships. If it ain't working, it just ain't working. And that's fine. I'm so tired of hearing stories of women, well, something didn't feel right, but I decided to give this person a chance. And then they get burned. Or then they're just never happy or satisfied in that relationship. And it ain't clicking. Learn it's life. It's okay. You know what? I thought they were a cool person. They might still be, but something just is off, and I'm going to trust that. Stop betraying yourself. You don't have to be everybody's friend. You don't have to date every man who asks you out. You don't have to hang out with somebody just because they're your family. It's okay. You get one life. Your time is not going to be recycled and renewed. Once it's gone, that's it. I need some of you guys to believe that and act like you know that. If it don't work, it just doesn't. And move on. Free yourself. Next thing is you respect yourself by setting and keeping boundaries. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. Can you help me move? You know what? No. I'm sorry. I can't. Now, just know if you ever need help, that person has the option to tell you no as well. But you're allowed to tell people no. Hey, will you go on a date with me? No, thank you. Hey, do you want to hang out this weekend? No, I don't. Hey, can you watch my child for me? I can't. And you can say no to people because you don't feel like it or because you really just can't. And that is okay. And you're not a bad person because you say no. And back to my first point, saying no to people because you simply just don't want to is fine. Because have you ever had somebody do something for you and they just said yes, but they really didn't want to do it, and they're letting you know they really didn't want to be here, and it makes you feel horrible. Or maybe they're just rude to you the whole entire time. Exactly. I don't want anybody doing anything for me that they don't want to do. I don't want that. So whether it's I can't do it because I literally don't have time this week, or I'm not into it, good, fine. I accept that. I don't want anybody doing nothing that they got to force themselves to do for me. That would make me feel awful. That I feel like, okay, did I manipulate this person in some way? I don't want nobody doing nothing. Please tell me no if you can't or just don't want to do something. I will understand. We are human. And if people truly care about you, they will understand that. And it's up to you to give explanations or to not give them. That's fine. But you betray and disrespect yourself every time you say no, but you do it anyway. Every time you guilt yourself into doing something anyway. Every time you really just don't want to, I'm just going to do it anyway. To me, the only people that I'm obligated to help are my children. And now that they are 18 and 17, depending on what it is, I tell them no to. Now, I'm not going to leave them hanging. I'm not going to leave them high and dry in a time of emergency. Don't get it twisted. But they're old enough to hear me say no. Can you drive me to so-and-so? No. You know what? I've been doing this all day. I'm tired. I'm not feeling it. If you can't get a ride from one of your friends that I know and trust, then you ain't going today. I got a 17-year-old daughter. I say it all the time. Can you run me up the street? First of all, that ain't up the street. And no, not today. Tomorrow. You can either wait tomorrow or we're not doing it. So everybody get these boundaries. But you have to get to a place where you do not betray yourself anymore. And where you stand by the things that you say. If you tell somebody, hey, I don't like getting phone calls on the weekend. That's my time to unwind and to do a reset. And they keep calling you on the weekend, that person needs to be blocked because they heard you. They just don't care. If it's an emergency, that's one thing. But if you were to be like, you know what, I don't like calls on the weekend, but you're answering your phone on the weekend anyway, well, first of all, they know they don't have to respect you, and you're just going to say one thing and do something totally different. And then you start to learn that you're not going to trust yourself. Set and enforce boundaries. Be okay with saying no. That's one of the best things that you can do for yourself. The next thing is you are willing to wait for what you want. You're not going to just go on a date with a guy because you're lonely on a Friday night and he asks and you can just give him a chance. I mean, no. He's not attractive to you? No. He disrespected you in some way? No. You just don't get a good vibe from him? No. There is no chemistry? No. You witnessed him be rude to somebody? No. You just don't feel like it? No. You're not dating at this particular time in your life? No. No. You are willing to wait for the one you are attracted to, the one you do click with, the one who comes at the time in your life when you are ready to open yourself up and date. The one who you see being kind to other people. The one who you don't feel like in the back of your mind you're saying, well, no. You're willing to wait for what you want when all your friends are getting married, when all your friends are engaged, when all your friends are living like they are in an episode of Sex and the City and they got a date every week and you're just chilling at home. You're okay with that. Because you're not going to settle. And this applies to everything in life. You're not going to settle for half-ass friends. You're not going to settle for a job that you hate. You are going to wait to get the things that you want. You do not live a life that you simply settled for. And you go to sleep at night happy because you are satisfied with all the choices that you have made. And you're not looking at certain people and things and choices and going, what the heck did I do? you can look and say, I'm happy with this choice. I'm good here. I am happy. I am at peace. This is also the best thing that you can do for yourself. Be willing to not settle for a damn thing. The next one, and this is a biggie, you take the advice that you give. Let me give you an example. I've been making this kind of content for a while, long before TikTok. And I will have women who will comment the most profound pieces of advice in response to a video that I have posted. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. She's got a point. And then they will turn right back around and send me a message about how I don't know what to do about my boyfriend. He took all my money and he slept with my sister and I don't know if I should leave him. And I be sitting here like, wait a minute. Let me go back and read your comment. Is this the same person? I click on the profile. It's the same person. So I'm going to say something and I'm going to be the mean bestie that nobody likes. If you are giving advice and not living it, you are a liar. You are a hypocrite. You are fake. But no. 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 All the profound advice that you're giving in comment sections and to other people, if you are not living it, you are fake. I'm not interested in you telling me what you would tell a man if he did this to you, and then offline you're with a man who's doing that to you. I'm not interested in you telling me that you're single and happy, but offline you're actually crying yourself to sleep and you hate your life. I don't care that you're telling a woman that she needs to leave her toxic husband when offline you are in a relationship with someone who is equal to or more toxic. I don't care. Are you living what you are telling people? And I don't have to understand nothing other than how to pay my taxes on time. That's it. But you are doing nothing but harming yourself if you are living this double life where you are an expert online, but offline you are a totally different person. You are living that lie and it is harming you. And those closest to you know the truth. They see the comments you make and they're laughing. They're like, I know she didn't just say this. And she don't even do that. She don't even believe that. She's still with so-and-so, or she, whatever the case may be. I've witnessed it in real time. Women saying one thing and then living something. I mean, content creators like me who have these amazing videos. And then when I get to know them outside of posting, outside of the app, I'm just like, you're constantly in toxic relationships, but you're telling women how to be free and how to set standards. You can't even set standards. How fake. And they're getting your money and they're getting your views and they are coaching you and their lives are in shambles. So you can know the right things to say, but if you're living it, it benefits no one and you will eventually be found out and exposed. So it's just best to just be honest with yourself. If you are a mess, be a mess. You might be able to help someone as you sort out the mess that you are in, but just be honest. There are people going viral for simply being honest, okay? It took me years to get to a point where I tell you guys things and I am living these things behind the scenes. This is me. And there are people who can vouch for that. But it took a while for me to get here. So if you're not here yet, that's fine. But just be honest. The world needs more genuine people out there. And fix your life. Get your stuff in order. Watch this video and apply it to your life to improve it. Now, to a certain extent, you do want to care what people think, or else you're going to be toxic and you're going to be abusive. You're going to be a horrible parent. You're going to be a horrible friend. You're going to be a horrible worker. And you're going to be a horrible person if you just 100% are unfiltered and don't give a shit about what anybody thinks about anything. And you just hurt people's feelings and you're abusive and you're just nasty and unkind. So I care while I set boundaries with my kids and I teach them and I guide them, I also care their view of me as a parent. I don't want my kids to think that I'm some abusive, evil tyrant who they can't wait to escape from, who they're going to dump in the nearest state nursing home when I'm in my old age. I don't want my friends to think, wow, I can't trust her with any of my secrets. She's horrible to me. She makes me feel horrible and stupid. I don't want that. I care that they think that I'm somebody that they can trust and depend on. I want to be a decent human being to people. I'm not going to go out and scream at a customer service worker who simply told me that my coupon expired. So that's why I say to a certain extent. Now, the other part of that is people hate that I make videos in bed. I'm still doing it. This is where I'm comfortable. There are a lot of women who are, for some reason, and this is not my personal story, but there are some women who are going through situations where they just can't get out of bed right now. So it makes them feel good to see someone else in bed. It makes them feel good. I'm getting on down to their level and I'm saying, I see you. Let's have a conversation. You're important too. I'm also showing the side of Black women being able to sit down somewhere and relax. We ain't always got to be on. And how cool is it that I have the time to have my bills paid by me and I can still relax? How cool is that? I can be luxurious, very mindful, very demure. So the people who don't like it, they don't have to like it. I got people tell me I shouldn't have my night clothes on in videos and that's disgusting and untasteful. Well, to whoever you ask, maybe it is. But I'm not on here in a bra or anything crazy like that. This is a nice little camisole. I'm comfortable. It's cute. It's clean. It's demure. It's cutesy. It's demurtsy. Have y'all heard that TikTok sound? Anyway, it's by a creator. I think their name is Jules something. But if you're on TikTok, you can find it. Just look up very demure, very mindful in the search and you'll find it. But there's lots of people who don't like that I use cuss words every now and then. I've made it clear, this ain't a Christian channel. I am not a Christian. We are open to everyone on this page. Everyone is welcome here. So when people start preaching in my comments, I'm like, no, this channel is for everyone, okay? Everybody doesn't live by that same standard. And some of you who claim that you do are worse than the people who say that they don't. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. But there's people who critique my page up and down, and I block them and I move on and I continue with what I like to do. When I see fit to change my content, I will. And every now and then I'm adding little tweaks and things as I see fit. And sometimes somebody might have a suggestion and I'm like, you know what, that's good. And I use it. But other than that, you ain't doing nothing you're not paying this is my life. And the people who support me are the ones that I love and appreciate. Somebody gave me a super like for $10 yesterday. I'm thankful for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But if you don't like my page, if you don't want to support me, then don't. But don't exhaust yourself trying to change me, because I'm telling you right now, you're going to be tired and you're going to be real frustrated every time you tune in and I'm doing the same stuff. So to that extent, I don't care what people think. And I'm not going to be intentionally mean to you guys unless you disrespect me. I have blocked people and I have told people off who swear I didn't even say anything. And their comment was them damn near telling me that my mama's ugly. I mean, just talking to me like I'm crazy. And they have the nerve when I say something back or block them I didn't even do nothing. Okay. But anyway, other than that, I I dress how I want to dress. I do my makeup how I want to do my makeup. I do my hair how I want to do my hair. Some days I don't feel like doing my hair or makeup. Sometimes I dress sloppy. But I feel good at the end of the day. And when I go to bed at night, I'm so happy with my choices. And I want other women to be able to feel that way too about their own lives. To be happy. I care what people think because I don't want people to feel like I'm a bully to them intentionally. I don't want my kids to, hate me. I want my friends to be comfortable around me. So I do care. But then there are some things in life where it's okay not to care what people think. My daughter, she hadn't asked me this, but if my daughter says, can I stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning at a party where there's alcohol and beer, the answer is no. And if she gets mad at me and says I'm a mean mom for saying no, I don't care what she thinks. But if I'm having a stressful day and I yell at her because she simply asked me a simple question and she says, Mom, I don't really like that you yelled at me, I care what she thinks because that was not fair. That was not her fault. That was rude and nasty and inconsiderate, and I should not have done that. Do you see the difference? Do you see what I am saying here? So you got to find that sweet spot, that happy balance, to where when you go to bed at night, you are happy with yourself and the choices that you have made. I hope this video was helpful to you. I love that I have made this video. I really want to make more of an effort to make videos like this because I really feel like I get to talk to you guys, and it's not so rushed. I love these kinds of videos. Let me know what you guys think. I really love this. Did you guys love this? Anyway, y'all have a good day. Bye.